Alright, so welcome back to the video, and as most of you know, I'm G, but if you don't know, I'm G. I talk about basketball, I react to basketball, and I learn a lot of things about basketball, so if that interests you, as always, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and today we have a lot to talk about. We're going to come in here, and I'm going to slightly overreact to the playoffs so far after just one game. Now, unfortunately, Saturday, I didn't get to see many of the games because I had things to do, but luckily on Easter, the Sunday, we seen a lot of good games, and let's just start off with my Miami Heat locking down that boy Trae Young. Now, throughout this whole game, like, I'm gonna be real with you, as a fan of basketball, I really wanted to see the Cavs beat the Hawks. So, like, this brings me pleasure seeing that, like, my Heat were able to lock Trae Young down because the whole shimmy thing you do. But it was actually a very good game for the Heat. Like, we looked like we were really, like, because as most of you know, the Heat are one of the best defensive teams in the league, always will be. But like today's game, we really looked like we wanted, or we was out for blood. Bam was doing Bam things. Like the Duncan Robinson, surprisingly, was like he was actually shooting the ball. Now, if you watch Heat games throughout the season, you know there's been games where Duncan Robinson literally doesn't take a shot, and for him to get paid all that money not to take a shot, it was kind of like refreshing seeing that he was really like it was like a good stretch for about like 2 minutes straight where he was, I think he hit like 3 threes back to back. He made a play where he drove from the right wing, and I think he hit PJ Tucker in the corner for a three. It looked good. It looked really good. And like Atlanta Hawks struggled. First game back for Clint Capella. He didn't look like himself. I'm not Clint Capella, but John Collins. First game back. Wow, I apologize, but first game back for John Collins didn't look like himself. Miami Heat really brung the pressure on Trae Young, and you can see that Coach Bo's game plan was, we're going to make Trae Young beat us. Like, well, not Trae Young, but we're going to make everybody else around Trae Young beat us, because we threw everything we could at Trae, and he was, I believe Trae was 1 from 7 for deep. I believe. No, he was 0 for 7 from the three-point line, and like 1 for 12 throughout the game, something like that. But Coach Bo threw everything he could at Trae Young, and I believe that's what we're gonna do this whole series, because with John Collins not really being his full self, it's pretty much just Trae Young by himself. And then the second game of the day was it the Chicago game? Yeah, I believe it was the Chicago Bucks. No, it was the Brooklyn. I don't know, but next game, let's talk about the Brooklyn and Jason Tatum, and oh my God, that we get a full series of that. We are spoiled as basketball fans. I can truly sit here and say we are spoiled as basketball fans that we get to see the Boston Celtics and Brooklyn Nets go at it for a full 7-game series, or like just a full series in general. Because man, oh man, wasn't the best game for KD, but KD still came to play, do his thing. Kyrie, oh man, Ramadan Kyrie is a different breed. Kyrie had 39, looked spectacular. Now imagine that team with Ben Simmons, man, crazy. But it wasn't the best game for KD. The Brooklyn Nets defense, it looked okay, because like Brooklyn it has a track record of not being the best defensive team, but they look good. But on the other hand, the Boston Celtics is one of the best teams in the league for a reason. Man, oh man, Marcus Smart had 20. Jason Tatum had like 29. I think JB had like 23, and Al Horford had like 20. Just sharing the wealth, and the game-winning shot was a lot to break down. Like the shot before that play, the last shot that KD took. KD got the ball with like 2 seconds left, had to throw up a three. When it's KD, you can only be like, okay, pray that it doesn't go in. Luckily, it didn't go in. They get the ball. Celtics get the rebound, come down court. Man, oh man. I believe, who was it? It wasn't Marcus Smart, right? That drove. I think it was Jaylen Brown that drove in at first, kicked it to Marcus Smart, and Bruce Brown and Nicholas Claxton jumped at Marcus Smart on the three-point line like he was Stephen Curry. Now, I know Marcus Smart, like I said, Marcus Smart ended with 20 points, but 2 people jumped at this man like he was Stephen Curry. They fall for the pump fake. Marcus Smart makes the right decision in the first place by not shooting, because he could have took the shot. It was more than enough time and space for him to take that shot. He could have took the shot, but he dribbles in, got a dime pass to Jason Tatum. If Kyrie's arms were a little bit longer, that pass would have been deflected. Got a nice pass. Jason Tatum all in one motion, having the awareness of the shot clock, the game clock, and knowing where he's at on the court, for him to spin all in one motion and get the ball off the backboard in the last second of the game. And man, oh man, when I tell you that was an amazing game. Like I said, we're spoiled, man. That is an amazing game. But I believe like this is gonna be a really good series. I think everybody knows that. I think KD and Kyrie are gonna come back with a vengeance, and I can't wait to see game 2. Then we have the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks. What can I say, man? What can I say? The first half of this game, I was like, wow, the Chicago Bulls really fooled us. They are pretenders. They did not look good at all. I believe it started off like 16 to like 4 or something like that. It really wasn't good. I may have that score wrong, but I know it was a large margin for like the whole first half of the game. But then out of nowhere, the third quarter comes around, and the Bulls just start to turn up, and they start to look good. And before I move further, yo, Alex Caruso really is like that guy when it comes to defense. It was like a full 5-minute span where he was just doing everything, charges, steals. He was literally doing everything, forcing Giannis to turn the ball over. Yeah, like Alex Caruso really is that guy when it comes to defense. And like the man, imagine if Lonzo was there with him. But that was crazy. And then the fourth quarter, like the second half of the game was a really good game. And I believe it was a moment in the third quarter where like the Bulls really started to go on a run, and then Giannis came back in the game and kind of like shut it down. But for the rest of the game, it was a pretty good game. I believe Billy Donovan and the team shouldn't walk around with their head down. I believe that they know that like they can see that, okay, we could win this. We can win games. We can win the series if we really tried. Giannis always does Giannis things. Spectacular. Was just doing whatever he wanted. Drew Holiday looked really good. Brook Lopez, I believe in the second quarter or third quarter, Brook Lopez like hit his knee. You know, he's been having knee problems. That's why he was out most of the season. I think that was his injury. But Brook looked okay, bro. Bobby Portis really is that energy guy, and man, oh man, you gotta have a Bobby Portis on your team. But overall, super solid game. You can't really go wrong with that. I'm excited for game 2. And then the last game of the day, man, the Phoenix Suns and the New Orleans Pelicans. I'll be the first to admit that I have the Phoenix Suns sweeping the Pelicans, and like for the most part of this game, up until like it was the same with the Bulls game. It was like the whole first half of this game was like Phoenix just on go at all times. They just put their head down and go all like they were just running through the Pelicans. Second half came around. I don't know what Willie Green said, but man, the Pelicans decided to come out and play. They looked really good. Brandon Ingram was hooping throughout the whole game. CJ McCollum started to hit shots. It was just a really good game. Phoenix didn't know what to do or what hit them. But if you didn't know, like Phoenix is like 47-0, like when they're leading into like the going into the fourth quarter. So even though the Pelicans was coming back, they were still down. And like I said, Phoenix 47-0 going to the fourth quarter. You can pretty much guarantee that's a dub, and that's literally what happened. Chris Paul and Devin Booker all game turn on the Jets. DeAndre Ayton looks like DeAndre Ayton is a free agent this upcoming offseason, and he's playing for that money. You could tell he wants to get his contract, and he came out here and dominated. Like this Phoenix Suns is by far the best team in the league. We all know that. I have them winning the championship, but this game, I honestly thought it was gonna be a complete blowout. I'll be the first man. I was wrong. The Pelicans could really give this Phoenix Suns team. I'm not saying they're gonna win a game, but I believe that every game won't be a blowout, and the Pelicans could really like give these boys a run for their money. Maybe snatch a game. You know what I'm saying? But it was a really good game. I'm surprised how it ended, but overall, it's a really good game. And yeah, man, like we are spoiled. We got a good day of basketball. But yeah, like that's about it. That's my little recap. That's my little overreaction to the playoffs after one game. So as always, if y'all enjoyed that, I'm your boy G. Drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'm gonna catch you next video. We out of here. Peace.